the technology tycoons talk out of both sides of their mouth, especially Elon Musk. I hope I don't get sued because I'm saying this on air,
Oh,
but
this is the best channel to get sued on. It's Turtlecast. I got to tell you.
but it's the simple truth. I have all kinds of articles to back this up, where he just says to writers who write it down that, you know, we need to compete with AI because it's going to be dangerous. We need to have a plan B where we move to Mars.
Why?
That's his.
Because the thing you created in a totally unchecked manner has been just backfiring on you.
That's right. So
Interesting.
he said plan A is to build ourselves up so we can compete with AI. Plan B is to get off Earth somewhere else, and Mars is my place to get away from the AI we created. So, and then so he's at once you know, a booster of the stuff he's helping to create, and also he's a Pandora, predicting disaster and trying to figure out how to avoid that disaster. Well, why not avoid disaster the simple way?
Don't do it.
Right.
I figured it
Regulate
out.
regulate it so that you don't do stupid things,
Yeah.
while you're developing it.
So, what do you think? And this transitions into the AI Ethics Institute. So
Yeah.
let's begin with this now. Now that we're getting to this part of the conversation, what is your role at the AI Ethics Institute?
Okay, so the Global AI Ethics Institute, or Gaia, as we like to call it, is a startup institute that focuses on expanding our notions of ethics for AI beyond just Western ethics, European philosophy. So we're trying to, get members in the organization from India who know stuff about Hindu philosophy, and people from Japan that have Shinto philosophy and so forth, Buddhist philosophers, to contribute so that we can expand our idea of ethics. So what I do is I'm on the board of directors. I'm the director of research and academic affairs. We don't do a lot of academic stuff. I'm from academics, but I keep promoting to the rest of the board members that we need to deal with everybody and include everybody, especially business people in this organization. So I try to steer what kinds of things we're producing, um, in terms of research, and what audience we produce them for. Um, so that's my job. Right now, one of the things I'm doing is running, at the tail end of running an essay contest where we award $1,000 to the best published article written this past year in 2024 on AI ethics. And so we're about to start judging the entries. So that's one of the things, that kind of thing. I also suggest a research topic that other people in the organization might work on. I help advise groups that already are working on their own research topic. For instance, there's a PhD candidate in law in Morocco who who's a Muslim. What he wants to do is look at the ethics of new technology for medicine in Morocco. They don't have a HIPAA law there, for
Hmm.
instance. So when I was going back and forth with them in email, I said, you should take a look at the United States HIPAA laws, which supposedly guarantee privacy about medical information.
They guarantee a loophole.
Yes, you can sign
I
away
know this for a fact.
you can
Yeah.
sign away those rights, but they don't have anything like that. So that's an example of a research project he's doing, and he's part of our organization, and he is not part of typical Western philosophical education.
So, strategic question for you then with the Institute and what you do. If nothing is being regulated in the nature which you're trying to regulate, where do you start? How do you know where your focal point is going to be, where you're going to be most effective? Are you analyzing the pace and development of artificial intelligence, how it's being used, and being like, oh, this is where we should try and interject ourselves with our research and do something for it? Like, how are you deciding that?
Yeah, well, I do a lot of research because I've been doing a lot of research for the last 25, 30 years now on technology and society. I use my acquired research to advise the institute where we should be focusing. In my opinion, we need to focus first on getting government regulations in place, and that's happening. Don't know how effective it's going to be because, as you know, in the United States, the AI regulations are voluntary and they were
Hmm.
put in place by Biden as a presidential mandate, which really doesn't have a lot of teeth because there's no punishment if corporations don't follow them because they're the ones that made these regulations and they're going to do it voluntarily or not. In the EU, they have a much better structure where they have EU regulations now just instituted about AI, pretty comprehensive regulations, and there's punishments for not following them.
How many, kind of a commercial question, I suppose, how many major AI firms have come out of the EU?
There's more than you think. I see them in my organizational work because the people I deal with are all over the globe, but
Mhm.
a lot of them are European. And so they have their own AI companies. They're not as big as the US ones.